Hey everyone, Patrick Sebastian here, Performance Coach for Golf. So here is one of my favorite mobility flows. I do this almost every single day to help with my golf swing. And it's a combination of yoga movements and some dynamic stretches that I've picked up over the last few years. All right, stand at the end of your yoga mat. This first flow is called a sun salutation. Stand nice and straight. Inhale and bring your arms all the way up. Hands together, exhale as they come back down to your chest. Interlock your fingers and push through. Inhale, hands come back up, point to the sky. Exhale, bend to one side. Inhale, back to the middle. Exhale, bend to the other side. Inhale, back to the middle. Exhale as you bend and drop all the way down to the ground. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, release back to the ground, and a deep inhale as you bring your arms all the way back up to the top. And now let's repeat the exact same flow. Interlock your fingers and push through. Inhale, hands come back up, point to the sky. Exhale, bend to one side. Inhale, back to the middle. Exhale, bend to the other side. Inhale, back to the middle. Exhale as you bend and drop all the way down to the ground. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, release back to the ground, and a deep inhale as you bring your arms all the way back up to the top. Hands together, exhale as they come back down to your chest. Interlock your fingers and push through. Inhale, hands come back up, point to the sky. Exhale, bend to one side. Inhale, back to the middle. Exhale, bend to the other side. Inhale, back to the middle. Exhale as you bend and drop all the way down to the ground. Inhale, come up halfway. All right, now you can put your hands down on the mat, step back. We're gonna go into a dog flow, starting with something called walk the dog. So from here, we're kind of in a downward dog position, but we're bending one knee at a time, and you're gonna feel that twist right through the core. This is a great way to loosen up, especially if you have some mobility issues with your lower back or with your hamstrings. This is an easy way to kind of move into this downward dog position, which we wanna do next. From here, go into plank, down into push-up, and then push up into upward facing dog and back into downward dog. So again, it goes plank, inhale, exhale on the way down, inhale on the way up, exhale all the way back into that downward dog position. One more time, into plank, down, push up into up dog, and all the way back into your downward dog position. All right, from this position, let's drop down to the knees. Bring the hands right beneath your shoulders. All right, so you're down on your knees, hands right beneath the shoulders, call it tabletop position. This is the neutral position. Now we're gonna go into a series called cat-cow. So as you can see, I'm arching my back looking up, and then arching my back looking down. I wanna inhale when I look up for the cow position, and I wanna exhale when I look down for the cat position. And I just keep flowing from one position to the next. You really want to take your time with this one. This is an amazing way to decompress the spine and create some space in between the vertebrae. All right, this next one I use for overall back mobility. So you're gonna get into a deep squat position. And then from here, you're gonna raise your arms with your palms facing up and to the outside. So notice how my hands are turned out. Now, as I bring my arms up, I'm actually bringing my chin down towards my chest, and that's what creates the pull all through the back. And at the end here, I'm holding this position for a count of 10. Now this one isn't easy. I'm sure it's probably pretty challenging for a lot of people. But for me, I've really seen a lot of difference with my back mobility and being able to get a deep stretch, especially in the middle back, which is sometimes a really hard part to figure out when it comes to mobility training. All right, from here, we're gonna sit. We're gonna put our hands behind our back, put the feet wider than your mat, and we're gonna do some dynamic hip stretches. So this one's pretty simple. You just bring your knee to your opposite foot, and you're gonna feel a pull all through the outside of the hip joint. Again, with all of these stretches, what you wanna do is you wanna exhale during the stretch and then inhale on the way back up. Okay, now we can lay back. We're going to do what we call windshield wipers. So a bit similar to the one we just did, except now both knees are dropping together. But you want to have your feet wide enough so that one knee doesn't touch the other foot. And you're just going to move from side to side and try to be careful about what's going on with your lower back. You kind of want to try to keep your lower back glued to the mat as you go into these stretches on each side. Next, we're going to do some knee tucks. So you want to pull your knee in towards your chest and then switch. So pull it in and switch. Pull it in and switch. This also helps me with my hip mobility. This is the final stretch. You're going to want to sit with your back nice and straight. Reach out like you're trying to push an imaginary wall, and then slowly come back. So this is a really good hamstring stretch while making sure to not bend too much at the lower back. And I want to exhale as I push that wall away. Inhale on the way back. Now at the end of this, assuming you can reach your feet, I like to kind of just pull on each foot a little bit to give myself a bit of a calf stretch. And with all training sessions, I always like to finish with a breath session, whether I'm just taking 2 or 3 deep breaths before moving on to something else, or sitting for a longer 5 to 20 minute meditation session. If you enjoyed that video, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. If you have any questions or comments, would love to hear from you. Have an amazing day. Peace.